We all crave it, even when it's hard to hear. Feedback. From the moment we're born, we look for cues, for guidance, for someone to tell us how we're doing. This innate desire for feedback doesn't disappear as we grow older. It evolves. In our personal lives, feedback helps us build stronger relationships. It allows us to understand how our actions impact others. It's a mirror reflecting back our strengths and weaknesses, helping us become better partners, friends, and family members. Professionally, feedback is the cornerstone of growth. It helps us hone our skills, identify blind spots, and ultimately achieve our goals. Whether it's a manager offering advice or a colleague sharing their perspective, feedback is crucial for professional development. The key, however, lies in recognizing the difference between feedback that builds us up and feedback that tears us down. That's where constructive criticism comes in, a gift when received with an open heart that can unlock our true potential. Not all feedback is created equal. It's important to distinguish between constructive criticism, which aims to help us improve, and negative criticism, which often stems from a place of judgment or malice. Constructive criticism is specific and focused on behavior or outcomes, not on our inherent worth. It's delivered with empathy and a genuine desire to help us grow. It often includes suggestions for improvement, offering a roadmap for positive change. Negative criticism, on the other hand, is often vague, personal, and aimed at hurting or belittling. It lacks actionable advice and leaves us feeling defeated rather than empowered. It's important to recognize negative criticism for what it is, unhelpful noise that doesn't deserve space in our journey. Remember, feedback is most effective when it's a two-way street. Open communication, active listening, and a willingness to understand different perspectives are key to both giving and receiving constructive criticism. Why is constructive criticism so crucial for growth? Imagine a plant reaching for the sunlight. Without proper pruning and care, its growth becomes stunted and haphazard. Constructive criticism acts as that careful pruning, guiding us towards our full potential. It helps us identify blind spots, those areas where our self-perception might not align with reality. We all have them, and feedback from trusted sources can illuminate these areas, allowing us to address them and grow. Constructive criticism also encourages us to step outside our comfort zones. It challenges us to examine our approaches, to consider new perspectives, and to ultimately become more adaptable and resilient in the face of challenges. This process of receiving feedback, reflecting on it, and implementing changes fosters a growth mindset, the belief that our abilities are not fixed, but can be developed through dedication and hard work. Section 4. Success Stories. Real life. Examples of criticism leading to growth. History is replete with examples of individuals who embraced constructive criticism and achieved greatness. Take the story of Oprah Winfrey, who was fired from her first job as a news anchor. The criticism she received, while undoubtedly painful at the time, pushed her to reevaluate her path and ultimately led her to create her own wildly successful talk show. J.K. Rowling's first Harry Potter book was rejected by 12 different publishers before finding a home. Each rejection could have been a moment of despair, but instead Rowling used the feedback to refine her manuscript, ultimately creating a beloved series that captured the hearts of millions. These stories, and countless others like them, illustrate the transformative power of constructive criticism. It's not about dwelling on our mistakes, but rather about using feedback as a springboard for growth, innovation, and ultimately success. Section 5. Receiving feedback. How to listen and learn with grace. Receiving constructive criticism effectively is a skill in itself. It requires active listening, emotional regulation, and a willingness to separate our egos from the feedback itself. Here are some tips to navigate the process with grace. Listen attentively. Resist the urge to interrupt or become defensive. Focus on truly understanding the other person's perspective. Ask clarifying questions. If something is unclear, don't hesitate to ask for clarification. This demonstrates your willingness to learn. Acknowledge the feedback. Even if you don't agree with everything, acknowledge the other person's perspective and thank them for their input. Take time to process. Don't feel pressured to respond immediately. Take some time to reflect on the feedback and how it resonates with you. Section 6. Overcoming the fear. Embracing vulnerability on the path to growth. Why is it so difficult to receive criticism even when it's well-intentioned? The answer lies in our inherent fear of vulnerability. Opening ourselves up to feedback means acknowledging that we're not perfect, that we have areas where we can improve. This can feel incredibly exposing, especially in a society that often values perfection over progress. But here's the truth. Vulnerability is not weakness, it's courage. It's the willingness to step outside our comfort zones, to embrace our imperfections, and to engage in the messy, beautiful process of growth. It's in those moments of vulnerability that we truly connect with others, build resilience, and unlock our full potential. Remember, you are not your feedback. Criticism, even when it stings, doesn't diminish your worth. It's simply information that, when received with an open heart, can help you become the best version of yourself. This has been a Sharri Plaza presentation.